Oh, a microphony.
And a phony at the mic.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
The Doctor of Discernment is now online.
You know, much like my show, in that it's a local reaction to things that are happening on a federal level.
Dispensing a daily dose of common sense. No prescription required.
Wow, do I have a boatload of stuff for you, from the crazy to the absurd. Let's start getting into it because, I mean, it is bizarro world out there. And I say, if it's obvious to me, should be obvious to everybody. Oh, wow. Who could have seen this coming?
This is the fourth hour with Greg Belfrage.
Hold on to your butts.
Broadcasting from the basement bunker beneath KELO Radio. Welcome to the fourth hour of the Greg Belfrage Show. It is great to have you along. As I can't help but tell you about what's going on with the talking filibuster, because this is the issue, the Save America Act. And there is reaction all over X this morning. And I had it. Elon Musk had some great comments about it. I don't know what I did. I wanted to run down and share some of the reaction that folks are having on this. Those of you who follow me on Facebook, I shared a story from the Babylon Bee yesterday. Babylon Bee. Actually, no, I think I shared this just on X. And the headline at the Babylon Bee was, Republicans warn passing voter ID law could ruin their plan to hand Congress to the Democrats in November. Seeing it as only the Babylon Bee can, which is a satire site. So I shared that. I said, sadly true yesterday. And Elon Musk now is sharing that, saying literally true. Yeah. We'll hand Congress to Democrats in November if they don't do it. The Babylon Bee is at it again. They've got a piece. Save Act passes after Mike Lee cleverly changes its name to the Give Congress a Raise Act. I love that. I thought that was just absolutely hilarious. There were a number of reactions to this, and Mike Lee even responded to some of the posts by the Babylon Bee that Mike Lee should, introduce this act. And Mike Lee said, hold on a minute, I got to check something. like he's doing that, following their advice. Hilarious. I mean, it's not hilarious. It's infuriating on one hand, that we have not seen this get done. Hilarious, though, in the response that people are having to it. Representative Anna Paulina Luna, and she's responding to Senator Thune, because he is on social media. He said, next week, I will bring the Save America Act to the floor. Senate Democrats will be forced to defend their outrageous positions on these issues and explain to the American people why common sense and the Democrat Party have parted ways. I think the questions that need to be answered, and it's one of the reasons that I harped on this morning, the questions that need to be answered are for Republicans. I know what the Democrats are going to do. I mean, seriously, Senator Thune up there, we got to get the Democrats on the record and they've got to defend this stuff. And that's just more of the dog and pony show. We know what the Democrats are going to do. I can tell you right now, the Democrats are going to vote against it. They are going to be in absolute lockstep. We all know that. Everybody knows that. So getting Democrats on the record. So this is the talking point now. This is where Senator Thune was at, and I heard the same thing from Senator Mike Rounds yesterday when he was on the program, is we got to get the Democrats on the record. And now I want Republicans on the record. Let's get Republicans on the record specifically regarding this. So Representative Anna Paulina Luna says, everyone knows this means absolutely nothing unless the standing filibuster is involved. The American people are sick of performative politics. They want real results. And then she tags Senator Thune, Leader Thune, and she says, it's time to deliver for the people. Amen. Amen. I got to love that comment. I'm going to reshare that. I'm going to repost that because she is absolutely right regarding that. See some of the, again, I'm just scrolling down X because a majority of the talk really has been about the Save America Act. And yeah, the Federalist, an hour ago, passing the SAVE Act would signal Congress actually answers to voters, which is why Congress hates it. It's a piece at thefederalist.com. This is a story that is not going away. Who is Ned Ryan? He is not anybody I heard of. I mean, I'm just seeing it posts. I go down my X feed, and the reaction from people is just overwhelming. Overwhelming. He's got a quote, Thune isn't fooling a soul. He's responsible for an absolutely worthless GOP Senate majority, the poor performance of which has utterly demoralized the Republican base when it has the resources to do important, consequential things to preserve or restore our republic. How can you argue with that? You know, and it's just on and on. Molly Hemingway's got a post regarding that the MAGA is not split over the issue of Iran. She says Trump supporters tend to trust and support Trump. It's true. So this is media saying MAGA is splintering on Iran because you get some of the phonies, the fakers, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, a number of the wannabe conservatives, who are out there. I just don't buy a lot of this. I apologize because I think what happened was my X feed had updated. So Bill Mitchell asks, you want to know how we know that Thune is a major problem? The media never attack him. Absolutely right. And Elon Musk says, exactly. Legacy media is a propaganda arm of the far left. Absolutely right. It's just crazy. So again, I'm looking for Mark Meadows. He's been another patriot, I think. No more delays. It's time to pass the Save America Act, something 85% of Americans support. No fake debates, no games. If Senate Democrats want to fight against voter ID, fine, expose them. I don't think that's enough. And I don't think that's what they're doing. I don't believe that Senate Republicans are saying, oh, we're going to expose these Democrats. We want to expose these Democrats for what they believe. What they are working to do is provide cover for the Republicans who do not want to come out and stand strong on this. That's what they're doing. They are absolutely providing cover for Republicans. This has nothing to do with the Democrats, because anybody who follows politics knows what's going on with the Democratic Party is lost. They were absolutely lost. They are. So we know what is going to happen. We know they're going to vote in lockstep. We have heard their just pathetic, lame arguments regarding this. What we want to see Republicans. We want to see Republicans, and we want to know who the fighters are, and we want to know who the deadwood is, because this is just absolutely insane. that after how long have we been talking about this? Weeks. We've been talking about the Save America Act. More and more information out there saying that Americans support the Save America Act. Just absolutely incredible. Senator Josh Hawley says the Save America Act is stalled. It's not moving, it's stuck. A few states want illegals voting. If they want to stall it, they should have to stand on the floor and talk, the standing filibuster. Absolutely right. And that's not what Thune's talking about with this vote next week. Chip Roy, Representative Chip Roy, saying this is of this comment by Thune, that he's bringing the Save America Act to the floor. Like, oh, we're going to put the Democrats on the record. Chip Roy says this is performance theater designed to fail and used to run against the Democrats. Absolutely right. Performance theater. He is spot on. Rick Scott says, I'm fighting like hell to pass the Save America Act to secure our elections and save our country. We must get this done soon. And there was someone who had responded to a cartoon. Don't understand how politicians can so bluntly reject the will of the people like this. Elon Musk says they're traitors to the people. That's a cartoon I shared. Yes, for those of you who follow me on, no, maybe I did share it on Facebook. Thune with headphones on, and over 1 year it says GOP establishment, the other ear special interest, and a guy standing there, 80% of voters, it says on his sleeve, pass the Save America Act. Yeah. Oh, man, they are absolutely deaf. It's just absolutely incredible. So I just think this is such a big issue. So Senator Mike Lee, I salute you, sir, for the work that you have done on this. And Mike Lee had shared some comments by Senator Tim Scott. He was talking about it. And he says, Tim Scott gets it. Who will be the next to join the Talking Filibuster Club? Is that what we're calling it now? The Talking Filibuster Club? So this piece by the Federalist, let me check on this. See if there's anything there that I can share. Because they do some great work over there. Senate rhinos are squandering golden opportunity to fix cracked election system. Some Republicans care much more about enriching themselves than saving the republic. So much for the will of the people. That's the subheadline. While Senate Majority Leader Thune and his rhino chums plead powerlessness to move an election integrity bill, the vast majority of American support of group of Republicans is going for the gold. Representative Brian Steele of Wisconsin said the MAGA Act is the most comprehensive package of election reforms in a generation. So they unveiled the election integrity bill in late January. And again, if you don't know what the Save America Act is, requires states to verify citizenship of individuals when they register to vote. So when you register, you have to prove you're a U.S. citizen. When you vote, you have to show an ID, any one of a number of different forms of ID that you are who you say you are when you go to photo identification, when you go to vote. That's really all that it is. And this just goes on. Ken Cuccinelli, the national chairman of the Election Transparency Initiative, said the Save America Act and the broader, it's not the MAGA Act, it's the MEGA Act. The MEGA Act will fix structural weaknesses in federal election law. election law expert Hans, I'm going to mispronounce his name. He agreed. I've seen his name before, and I just don't want to mispronounce it because I'll murder it. He said this bill is needed to correct and fix longstanding problems. So this just goes on. This just goes on. So whether or not that's where that's at and where we're going, where that stands. So the Federalist has got a story on that. And the number of people that I see on X that are going after Thune is just incredible. Thune is saying, do the math. There isn't anything I can do about this. The votes aren't there. And Kurt Schlichter says, if there's nothing you can do about it, then what good are you? Which is what a lot of us are saying, I think. If there is nothing that you can do, then you know what? Turn over the reins to somebody who can. Then get out of the damn way. I mean, just infuriating. I don't know that I have heard Americans speak for anything with such a voice as I have on this, the Save America Act. And I think that may be all that I've got to share with you regarding this today, but it's just, it's absolutely incredible. Bo Snerdley, those of you who remember Rush Limbaugh, Bo Snerdley, who was part of the Rush Limbaugh program for a number of years. Bo Snerdley responding to Thune. He says, and he knows, as he says, 60 votes are not there with Democrats, so why not try the talking filibuster? Because we don't have the votes. Yeah, let's give up without trying. That's what it is. Giving up without trying. And that's what I find is absolutely amazing. Incredible. I'm going to leave it there for today. And I wished that honestly, I wish that the Senate had moved on this. I wish John Thune had shown some leadership and moved on this issue, because what we're getting and what we're going to get from the Senate next week is going to be an absolute joke. It's not going to mean anything. It's going to be purely performance politics meant to put on a show, like, look at what we're doing, and those nasty, vile Democrats are not voting for. We all know the Democrats. We don't need any further instructions on, as to how bad the Democrat Party in this country is. What Republicans need to do in the U.S. Senate is find a damn backbone and start representing the people on this issue. I haven't felt this strongly about something for a very long time. I think as we have talked about a lot of issues, there are a number of different issues over the years that I felt strongly about. This one right now, certainly of the last probably 10 years. I don't know that I have felt stronger than anything in the last 10 years as I do about this. And one of the reasons I'm making such a big deal about it is because the politicians are lying to you. I think Thune especially. And I think as somebody who's got a voice in South Dakota, I think I have a responsibility to point out to you when he's full of crap. And he's absolutely out there. This is just absolute nonsense. Don't you believe it? Don't you buy it? And the political theater he's going to be engaged in next week is nothing but a show. It is not meant to move that piece of legislation forward. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to ask you to please have a great weekend. You have made it to the end of the video, which means you are part of my gallery of champions. A salute for the Bunker Brigade. Those are the folks on YouTube that are commenting each and every morning. Appreciate all of you. Please have a great weekend. I'll see you again on Monday. So until then, my friend, I'm underground and gone.